Okay, so I'm really, really excited to share this information with you. This whole workshop was born out of the idea of how can we help you get more clients, whether you're just starting your agency or maybe you've been in it a while, perhaps you're not licensed yet and you're thinking already, like, once I get my license, how am I going to get clients, right? And we talk a lot about the mainstream ways of getting clients, contracting with Medicaid, the VA, our long-term care companies, but there's also going to be our private pay clients that we need to make sure are that we're getting in front of, and also that not only the private pay clients that we're getting in front of, but any payers. We just want to be in front of the people that need us, right? So I thought, what are some other ways that we can get in front of our prospective clients and just really be in our community that looks different from going into different facilities like nursing homes or hospitals, doctors' offices, talking with case managers, which we still need to do. They still need to have our information. But what else can we do that's a little bit outside of the box, shows up in community and service, and not like we're pitching anybody? We're just genuinely showing up and caring about our community and at the same time building relationship and trust. So that's what this workshop is all about, that I'm going to share with you the entire workshop. And then the idea is that you can go out into your community to specific places, which I have outlined for you, and you can teach this. And you get to decide, do I teach this on a monthly basis or do I teach this on a quarterly basis? Do I only teach it twice a year? It's whatever you have capacity for and whatever works with your schedule. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. All right, so how to use a safe and steady outreach kit. Let's talk first about the big picture, why community education works. And that's because it's going to build trust faster than advertising. It positions you as a community expert. It generates organic referrals and it helps families before they may even need care, right? They may be coming to this to learn about how to be safe and steady. So basically fall prevention, right? And with some other safety parameters around it. They're coming to this to learn about this, but they're also getting an introduction to your home care agency. They're getting introduced to Lily Dove Home Care Agency, right? And they get to know you and get to feel comfortable with you. Maybe they get to take home a pen of yours or a magnet of yours and put it on the fridge. So when they do need home care, hopefully they would be turning to you first, right? Because you're the best in your community. We want them to turn to you. So the really cool thing is it's going to change with the seasons. So we have a fall version, a winter version, spring and summer version, which I think just makes it just super fun and changes it up. You might have some of the same people coming to all of them because they just want to come, they want to bring a friend, or it just happens that, they're got time in the spring to go to this and it's like a fun seasonal themed activity for them. So step number one is going to be planning your event. You're going to choose your season when you're going to start this. So like right now, we're in fall and we're heading into winter. So if you're in a place where you're like actively trying to acquire clients, I say why not go for this and start next week contacting places in your community to host this workshop, right? Why not just do it and utilize, if you want to, the fall pack. So the fall pack is going to have the flyer. It's also going to have a fall themed PowerPoint, which I'm going to show you. Or maybe you're like, well, I don't have time to do it this fall. I'm going to go for the winter one. And I just invite you to consider setting your dates now, mapping this out now. Like, don't wait until the new year to map it out. Don't wait until you get your license to necessarily map it out. If you have an idea, like I'm going to get my license by the end of next spring, then plan on doing a summer event, right? Plan on doing one of these events, just getting into your community. And on that note, some of you, if you don't necessarily need a license to be promoting and advertising your agency, but maybe you're just in those beginning stages of getting everything together, you could still consider doing this as part of that process, working on your client acquisition. For those of you who need a license, it's really best to wait before you start doing things that involve your agency name in the community, because some states they get a little bit like, I don't know, strict about things like that. All right, so step number two is going to be promoting your event. I highly suggest Facebook events. Eventbrite is great. So those are two free options, of course. There's also Nextdoor groups. And then wherever you're hosting this event, ask them to share the event too on their social media, of course, right? And on their community boards if they have those there. Send out an email to any clients that you may have that your clients can come to this, right? They can bring a friend to this. And then your clients' friends get an introduction to the agency, right? That their friend can't stop talking about. Drop flyers off at community boards as well. So it's going to kind of pepper those flyers out into the community. Step number 3, prepare and present. So we're printing those flyers. We have our checklist that we're going to be giving our attendees because we want them to go home and we want them to do a little assessment and see what's safe and what's not in their home. So that's something they get to go home with. The sign up sheet, that's something you keep. So they sign up, they sign in to the workshop, and you keep that information. Part of the preparation will be reviewing your PowerPoint and your guidebook in advance. And of course, you're going to bring some pens and a small table, maybe a little display with your agency information on it. So that could look like some pens, some business cards, your agency name, like on a banner, things of that nature. And then optional, we'll get into this a little bit more, but you might want to consider, if you're able to, doing like a little prize giveaway or maybe some light refreshments that are seasonally themed, just to kind of tie this package in together. And it doesn't need to be anything extravagant. I'm going to go over that with you, but that's just an optional idea. All right, so step 4, during the event, we're going to have them sign in upon entering that sign-in sheet. You're going to introduce yourself and your agency briefly. Follow the PowerPoint slides and invite discussion, ask them if they have questions. And then you're also going to demonstrate some safety tips and exercises if possible. Now, the exercises are all done seated, very safe, and I'll show you what they are when we get into it. Step number 5, last step here, is to follow up. So the suggestion would be to email your attendees within 24 hours. So you grab that sign-in sheet where they put their name and their email, and you send them an email that I already have scripted for you that just thanks them for coming and reminds them that they can get in contact with you if they have any questions about home care. Attach the safety checklist in case they lost theirs, and remind them that home safety checks are part of the initial intake process or the in-home assessment. So there's a caveat to this. Let's say one of your participants says, geez, Uba, I'd really love for you to come to my home and do an in-home safety assessment. Is that something that you'd be willing to do? Now, if you have the time for that, you have the capacity for that, you want to get in people's homes, you want to build that relationship and rapport, you could go out and do a quick 20, 30-minute in-home safety assessment. Of course, that would be complimentary, right? Um, or if you're like, geez, I really don't want to do that. I don't have the capacity to do that and run around to like 20 different people's homes and doing those intake, the home safety assessment. You could instead say to them, we do these as part of our initial intake process when we're developing a plan of care. It's part of that process. It is complementary during that process as well. The whole thing is complementary. So if you're ever needing home care services, then we would do your safety check at that time. So it's really up to you and what you're able to offer them. You also could do something like the first 5 people that respond to me or first 5 people that want a free home safety check can sign up for that or something like that. You could put a number on it so you're not going to like 20 different houses or something like that. So that will be up to you and what you would like to do. So again, this is real community impact here. We're building visibility in the community about you and your agency. You're strengthening referral relationships, and it is going to be creating organic leads. I say month after month, and that's if you're planning on doing this, maybe on a monthly basis. It's only going to be like the actual teaching of it and question and answer and all that. I mean, maybe 45 minutes ish, and then your setup and your takedown. So you're talking maybe 2 hours of your time, because everything here again is done for you, right? Everything is all set for you just to go. All you have to do is make the connections in your community and then promote it, show up, teach it, and follow up. So perhaps you could consider it doing monthly or quarterly if that works for you. All right, so your challenge would be to choose your seasonal topic. So based on where you think that you're at with your licensing or when you will be licensed, just be thinking about that. Kind of set that date. And this can be like a goal, right? Where we're just setting up our goals for when we want to do this. Because I don't know about you, but I find if I don't put it in my calendar or I don't write it down as a goal, like it just doesn't happen. And maybe that's just me. But that's been my experience, is it just doesn't happen. So we also want to be looking at those venues and either be booking them this month, next month, or into the next season when you're ready for that. All right. And just a reminder that with this type of workshop, we're really serving first, and then the clients will follow. So, of course, our senior centers and community aging agencies, assisted living facilities, independent living, adult day programs, senior clubs or recreation programs. 1 second here. healthcare related partners. So this would be like physical therapy clinics or occupational therapy practices. And if you have a relationship with a PT or OT, I would definitely ask them to partner in the presentation, especially for the exercise part. Like let them do that. Local hospitals, community outreach departments, home health agencies. And we touched on this last week, but home health agencies are different from us, right? That's skilled care. They're often only in for a shorter amount of time, caring for somebody, meeting that skilled need. And they are only there. A nurse might only come out 3 hours a week, a CNA, again, 3 hours a week. Who fills in the other times? So their home health agencies are always looking for home care agencies if they don't have one under their umbrella, which most don't. So reaching out to a home health agency and say, hey, I'm offering this, right? And they can even put it out to their patients to come to your workshop. You could even look at some Rotary clubs, local public libraries, YMCA, wellness centers, adult education programs. I think those are really good if you have adult education in your area where people can come in and just learn. People in the community can come and learn. Maybe they're coming to learn for a loved one, right? And let's see here. Some other ones to consider. These might be a little bit different to think of, but real estate offices, but realtors help seniors as they're downsizing and moving into new places, right? So that may be a good partnership. Insurance brokers, especially those in the long-term care space, they're going to be good partners to help with their clients, teaching them this information, maybe hosting the workshop at their office. Let's see, senior fairs and expos. And then don't forget, if you have your own office space, you can just host your own event right there as well. So that would be great. And then online, I would definitely recommend if like let's say you do November, you go out into the community and you do your event. And then December, you do it online. January, you go out into the community. February, you do it online, right? So you could do this online. You can get Zoom. There's a free version. For I think you get like 40 or 45 minutes for free. Other than that, I think they start at like $12 a month, or it used to. You can have them register via Zoom, just like you did for this, and you can send them the reminder, confirmation, all of that, and then you would just do like what we're doing right now, right, and share the PowerPoint presentation. And sometimes you can reach more people on Zoom, whether it be scheduling conflicts or just their own just ability to get out in the community, right? Okay. So then next I have here for you an outreach script. So this is what you can, it's up to you, of course, but you can utilize this to reach out to those different places we just talked about and ask them if they are open to hosting or co-sponsoring this event with them. So there's a little bit of back and forth there. And then another email template that you can send back to them and just kind of thanking them, giving them a little bit more information, maybe a copy of your flyer. All right, and some bonus tips here about starting with places you already know. Bring that sample flyer when you visit in person, and always send a thank you card if you can. It's just like those small like touches. I feel like sometimes thank you cards are like, I don't know, they get lost. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's so nice to get a card. It's different. It's like one of those things that we used to always do, and then I don't know, it got lost somewhere. Maybe not. All right, so my suggestion would be that you promote your agency as the sponsor of this workshop. So every time you host a safe and steady workshop, your agency should be front and center as the proud sponsor of the event. Like we talked about having the little table, you have your name, your logo, your contact information, some handouts, um, setting up, and then on the PowerPoint, there's also a place for you to put your agency information as well. Set up a small sign-in table, like we talked about, and having all your agency information there. And on the flyer and promotional materials include sponsored by with your agency name. So this keeps the focus on the community education while still giving your agency valuable, credible visibility. People leave your event knowing who made it possible and who to call when they need care. And that's really, we want to be out there making the relationships and getting this information out because it's really serious. And we're going to get into that next about how serious this is. We also want people to know who they can trust in the community for home care too, right? Because I know all of you are building really awesome, just beautiful agencies and you have such amazing missions behind them, but the other people in your community may not know that, right? And so they need to know you because you are the ones that are going to provide them with exceptional care. And so that's why this is really important too, that they get uh attached, not attached, what is the word I'm trying to say? They get to know and get affiliated with an agency that they can trust, which would be you. Okay. So let's talk about enhancing this workshop experience. And again, this is all optional. This is all, oh my gosh. So my mom comes from like the world of like catering way back in the day. And my Nana did it, her mom, and they'd have me come along and I'd help. So it's funny, like whenever we have any sort of gathering, we're like, get out the linen tablecloths and like let's make this beautiful thing and let's give people things. Like, so it's just like I laugh because this is optional. This may be you're maybe like, this is a little bit too much for me. Although I know Sariana, she loves to give pastries out to people, so maybe she will be on the same page with me on this one. All right, so we're going to do some light refreshments, giveaways, and seasonal touches. So these are very simple and low cost ideas your agency can use to make each safe and steady session special. All right. So for the fall one, you are going to have a theme of like autumn leaves, safety, gratitude. You might have some hot apple cider or herbal tea, pumpkin muffins or oatmeal cookies, small fruit cups or trail mix. I didn't put this here, but if you want to make a note, if you do plan on doing light refreshments, I would also have a diabetic friendly treat. Or, there's so many dietary things, gluten-free, diabetic, but definitely with our seniors, we may need to have a diabetic offering. Diabetic friendly. So giveaway idea. You could have a mini hand sanitizer that you just print off, get a nice label on it, safe, stay safe this fall, and like your agency name. Fall colored pens or notepads, a refrigerator magnet with your agency info and some fall safety tips on it. And then maybe some mini pumpkins on top of your orange and gold tablecloth and signage that says sponsored by your agency name, helping you stay safe this fall. Okay. And then so on and so forth. We have the winter theme as well, and the spring and the summer theme. So those are some touches. Then your once the workshop is done, the last template here in this pack is following up with the people who attended. So you're going to send them, because they provide you with their email. So you're going to send them a little email and follow up with them and send that checklist to them again and just let them know that you're available if they have any questions about home care. And then however you want to handle that in-home free safety consultation or assessment. If you want to say, like I said, the first 5 people to get back to me, first 5 people who signed up at the event can have that. Or if it's just simply, it's part of your intake process. And when you're needing home care, reach out, we'll do it then. I don't know how you want to do that. I'll leave that up to you. All right, cool.